you can have success too. It's all about having the right fundamental strategies for your business, your offer, having your target market, and what is the exact messaging that you need to create. So, I've broken down the exact case study of one of our clients, Crystal, who's a real estate agent, what she was currently going through before she started working with us to where she is now. And I'll be showing you the exact framework and strategy and examples of what we did to finally be able to get her into 4 closings a month. And these are homes that are over $400,000 and up. So, by the end of this video, you will definitely receive a lot of value, some clarity, and as well as what is the process that we go through in your business to be able to reach to that next level. Because more importantly, not everything is a copy and paste. There's frameworks that obviously work, but we have to make sure what is going to be best for your market, your offer, your business, and what aligns with you. Because we're not trying to chase burnout, we're trying to chase clarity and wealth. All right, so let's get into it. I'll be showing you exactly the case study that we've been able to do for our client that was able to go from viral with no buyers and to be able to closing 4 homes per month that are 400K homes. So breaking down the exact strategy, and even though this is a real estate industry, there's a lot of information that you can take a value into it, exactly the process of what we go through. So going into this, her goals was more importantly, she wanted to attract buyers from her social media. She knew that it was very inconsistent to be able to do it referrals, word of mouth, and so forth. So she wanted to be able to create her own lead generation that was hers, and people wanted to work with her. So before working with us, she had a lot of different issues that, this possibly could be something that you can relate to. She actually was working with other different individuals and agencies before working with us. So she was dealing with viral videos, but no qualified buyers, lead generation agency sending her low quality leads, no shows, unqualified, no budget. There was no CRM support, so leads were everywhere, and she got very overwhelmed. And there was zero nurturing system, wasting time on cold leads, throwing more money on ads that didn't do anything, and frustrations with agencies and poor communication. And after 90 days with working with us, we were able to then generate her 4 home closes per month, as well as to be able to 3 times lower her costs on ad costs that she was doing before. And then being able to get high quality inbound leads messages of saying, I need a home, can you help me? And a clear CRM automation, organic content driving trust and connection, more buyers reaching out proactively, and Crystal feeling supported and confident again. And so let's kind of go and break down what exactly was the frustrations that she was going through before working with Social Influence Studios. And so Crystal was working with 2 different agencies before working with us. And the first media company was a lot within how to make you go viral to then be able to get clients. But however, there was inconsistent buyers through that. So she would express her concerns that they filmed a lot of flashy B-roll edits, trending audios, fast cuts. There was viewers, yes, but buyers, it really wasn't there. And so people would scroll, but they didn't connect with her. That was the situation that I kept seeing at hand. They saw her as somebody who was relatable, not somebody who was trustworthy. And that's the difference between viral content and being able to have more authority-based content. So no one learned why she cares, why she's different, why she's trustworthy, why they should choose her. Because as to understand over and over again, we are literally in a trust recession. And just doing viral videos and putting yourself behind a B-roll video is not going to make you stand out. So you're always going to be in this constant loop of trying to win individuals over. And so this is where she felt invisible inside her own content. She liked it. She liked finding that relatable point. But of course, it was still like, I want to share my story and be able to connect with other individuals. And that was the thing that was very hard to convey that on the online space. And then she was also working with an ad agency. So there's nothing wrong. I'm saying this is what the situation was, no matter what. And so with the ad agency, there was unqualified leads and a waste of time of what she described. She paid for leads. She got strangers who were not ready, who wouldn't answer, weren't qualified, and even didn't want to buy. So worse, her CRM wasn't connected properly, so everything felt like a messy confetti of leads. There was no nurturing, no automation, no system. So she wasn't running a pipeline, she was running chaos. And when she told us this, her voice cracked a little bit whenever she told me this on our call. We've had multiple calls together because here's the thing, I get it if you have trust issues. Because the thing is that like there is a lot of individuals that say that they promise the world and the moon but don't even deliver on it. And her one desire was like, Bianca, I don't want just leads. I want people to say, Crystal, I need a home, can you help me? As simple as that, quick and to the point. And that's whenever we started to go into this whole shift. So we're going to be breaking down exactly in what we did for the organic and ad side, and how this is a different approach for how we go into everything. All right, let's go to the organic content strategy shift that we've been able to do for her. So we told her, and I kept on betting in this, views do not equal sales, and trust and positioning does. Because here's the thing, we needed to rebuild her whole content strategy so she can have it around connections, trust, and authority. Because when we take ourselves out of like the audience, what do they want to see? They want to feel like that you care to get them the home that they truly deserve. And you're not going to be able to do that with just only the viral content. So, how we separated her content pillars and what she's going to be able to create is these different areas: educational, expert content. So we made it as she needed to be the go-to Tampa Bay expert, from step by steps to explanations, anything that's really happening, red flags, need to knows about buying a home. Because the thing is the more that you educate onto the situation, the more that they go to you. Because here's the thing, why would people want to follow your page in the first place? And so with having that education, they may not need a home now, so they won't feel reliant to be able to follow you, but they will if you're able to give them some more information to bring them clarity, peace, and an understanding for how to buy homes. So educational content was a foremost whenever it comes to it. Then, second, storytelling content. We did this by doing like a little mock podcast style whenever we went on our content day shoots. And this is basically explaining her story, her industry experience, client stories, relatable experiences that could be able to really connect with her ideal buyers. So we made it where we understood exactly in her story, then we understood exactly in her target market to then find similarities that can make it where like the viewers say, wow, I agree with that, or wow, I thought I was the only one that felt like that. And that's the emotion and also what we want them to feel when they watch the video. Always take into consideration for how do you want your make your viewers feel or say, rather than like, oh, this is going to look cool and flashy. All right. Then this is the third one. We do the authority and debunking content. So we do things that are basically positioning you as the go-to expert. And so why is it different a little bit from the educational authority? The authority is basically defining all the industry trends, all the industry knowns from other realtors and what they say, and you're debunking it, or you're getting added value to what is usually said all the time. So why is this such a great thing? Because people respect you even further because you're not a copy and paste of other realtors. So we did is we basically found what was normally said into the industry and gave a twist of why and how, and positioning her as this is what you should actually do instead. Don't listen to this. Okay. And then from there, 4 is the light viral content. So this is the awareness only. We did keep the viral content because she liked that humorous approach, but we just didn't make it the forefront anymore. It is always good because it's the awareness content. And we do it for a reason to implement it here and there, is because then once it's like the spiderweb's strategy. It's when we're able to have all of this information of educational authority where it's they want to consume further, all we just need is those viral content to click on the profile. Then from the profile, they'll start to skim through all the other content and just absorb it. So the results of this organic shift is within weeks, Crystal closed a buyer who said, I chose you because I felt connected to your story. And she was so surprised when it happened. And we always knew it was going to happen because that is the thing. People want to feel connected to the viewers online. And this was the first time that the strategy was working with doing this new shift. Now let's go to the ad strategy that changed it everything. So this was really fun to do and basically set this up for her because she finally was like, wow, like this makes total sense and I love this approach. So the real estate leads that she was usually getting were cold, early stages, time consuming, slow to convert, not ready for a call. Because the typical ways to be able to, obviously get a lead to book a call with you is just basically VSL landing page and then book a time with her. And that was the old approach of what the ad agency did, because they just reciprocated and not really understand what her desires, and obviously to be able to find a good path that's going to help her. And so the reasons for that, it just didn't work. So she was spending more money on ads, and she basically was just talking to individuals that were not qualified. So we cut down that whole approach and we basically threw it out. I was like, that is not needed for yourself. And so what we did is that she wanted to just have qualified buyers only. So we built a strategy that was going to be able to work. Now, through this, we did it through this framework. We basically did, most importantly, as you kind of know, direct call to actions to book a call through ads is usually always the way to go. Cut out the fluff, so forth. However, and the different approach of what we did for Crystal is basically we did a storytelling based ads. So we did this for one reason, because we did not redirect them to book a call with her. We redirected them to follow her account. So when they would follow her account, then it would get redirected into a ManyChat automation. And so that ManyChat automation would then go to a option one, where it would get a automated message on the ManyChat automation for that new follow. It's like, want to learn more about buying a home, share some further resources. Or option two, I'm ready to buy now. And then it sends directly to the contact information. So this means Crystal only talks to ready buyers. You're not forcing the process. You're letting them decide, hey, I'm ready for a home or I'm not ready for a home. But regardless, because they followed her account, they're still going to be nurtured through her whole entire process and still consuming her content, seeing her as the go-to for, getting a home in Tampa. And this is where we minimize the time, the effort, and also as well decrease the ad spend. Because if you did an ad spend to booking a call, it's a way more higher cost per lead than just for a follow. So we decreased it by 3 times of just the amount she was spending. And so in the results like that, this is the different approach of what she did. So with this approach, this is definitely where it just removes a lot of pressure, collects a lot of warm buyers, and consumes her content, grows trust daily, and acts as free retargeting. So it attracts only people actually interested, and whenever they are interested, well, they have her information in the DMs, and they don't need to scroll to try to find how to contact her. And so after the results of the 90 days, we were able to have a brand now feel trustworthy. People relate to her story. Audience sees her as an expert. First story-driven closes within weeks, growing warm audience on autopilot. And actually her ad results was 3 times more lower ad spend, flood of warm followers, high intent DM inquiries, only qualified pipeline. Basically, you can kind of get the gist whenever it comes to it. And then her feedback for us is like, I've never had a agency be this invested in my vision. And she has only just had such great experiences because she had a lot of setbacks and not a lot of trust with a lot of agencies, and I just built that with her and just making sure that she feels this trust because I understand the situation. But we truly care in understanding your vision, your mission, and trying to impact that. And that's exactly what she said. And just saying that it's been a smooth process, positive feedback, and that she continues to get better and continue to work together. Now, hopefully you got some good nuggets within the breakdown of this video and something you could be able to apply to your business. However, the thing is that when you try, a jack of all trades is a jack of all none. So making sure that you don't just try on every little small thing, make sure it's funneled to the exact process that is your one and only. Make it crystal clear. And if you want help on how to be able to structure that clarity, the strategy, and also have a team to be able to completely do it for you, then I have a link below that you can book a call with myself or one of my team members. We'll show you exactly how that strategy will be able to look like on your business. And more importantly, we are growth strategists. So if one way is not going to work for your way, we're not going to incentivize it. And that's what's truly important, because the thing is that there's always different factors whenever it comes into the online space, and to be able to not create burnout, but to be able to create impact for years on end. We're not in it for the 3-month long term. We're in it for the years to end. And also, I have some other resources and videos and breakdowns that you can be able to learn some further things to be able to get further lead generation in your company. And just look below, find some different resources, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.